It's recording, Rob.
Yeah. What's this about? It's a film club, isn't it?
You start every conversation like this with, what's this about?
We're talking about the film club.
We are talking about a film club. And so what we want to do is introduce this strange Moodle site we've created, where we've decided between the two of us.
Who are the two of us?
The two of us, well, there's you.
Yeah.
And you are?
Rob Warwick.
And my name's David Goodman. Both of us are part of the teaching team at the business school, and no doubt you'll come across one or other of us during the course of your studies here, if indeed you're not already an existing second or third year or fourth year student.
Yeah, or master student.
Thank you, Rob. I always forget the master students, but they're very important too. So what we've done is try and create a film season of films that interest us, strike us as being quite important in some cases.
Yep.
Often, in many cases, are just interesting. Some are funny, some are not.
Some are thoughtful, some are not.
And what we've tried to do is create a virtual film club where you don't actually have to come along to a screening room or a cinema, but one you can use in your own time, in your own chosen place or location. Obviously, we're not going to try and stop you getting together with some mates to watch some of these things, but using the wonderful database on the library that allows us to capture films and television programmes, we've created an organisational behaviour film club called OB in Film.
Yep.
Basically, it's about organisations and business in the film media. How have we gone about this, Rob?
So we went through our own personal databases of films that we love, and we've written a little bit about each one of them as a as a prompt in order for you to sort of engage in that film in a way that sort of makes a link to organisations and people. That's how we've gone about it. So on each of the pages each week, you'll find the film, you'll find some text, but also sometimes you'll find a little bit of video from one or both of us.
I think that's a good thing to say, Rob. I think that there might be text, but some weeks there might be some audio, for example. We might film ourselves having a conversation about a film. We could produce some audio, for example, just from one of us, rather than writing. But certainly the first 3 weeks are largely written, and it's a sort of personal form of writing, I think.
Yep.
We've not set it up as an essay, but I hope you find the style of writing we've used engaging and interesting. And we're not trying to critique the film. We're just pulling out maybe one or two particular things that we find resonate with us, grab our attention in terms of our organisational lives and experiences.
And it is very much about that. There's that very, very strong link between the film and how people show up and are in organisations. I think for me that was the whole reason for doing it, because all of the films are stories of people, aren't they? In one way or another, they're just about people. They're stories about essentially the human condition. And for me, I get quite frustrated when I look at textbooks or papers about management. They don't often speak viscerally, emotionally about people and how they are in organisations.
So I suppose what I would add to that is, whilst the textbooks are useful and your own experiences are useful, they may in some cases be relatively bounded. They may be, I don't mean limited in the critical sense of the word, but the world view we all have is restricted in all shapes and sizes and ways. So for me, I was thinking that using film and media would just create some width, some kind of breadth to that worldview we might have,
Yeah.
and add to your own experiences, add to your own opinion and your experience in a way that is quite difficult, as Rob says, to pick up from a textbook and indeed a case study, particularly a case study if you're not in it, if you're not in that organisation. So we are hopefully setting up a kind of challenge in a way where we want you to use the full width of vision you've got available to you, and film and media sources are one of those things that are available for you to use.
And of course, we're just offering a few films here. There are thousands of films, and the invitation to you is to think about what films have also been important to you, and perhaps draw those in. I'll just give you an example of using the bandwidth of film in order to shine a light on something. So I'm interested in leadership. If you look at The Tempest, for example, right at the end of The Tempest, you've got the sort of main character, Prospero, and he's wondering what to do. Actually, it's a she in this particular film. Wondering what to do, and also the role of when is it the right time to give up leadership? When is the right time to walk away in the best possible way for all of the participants? And that's a good way of exploring that particular topic.
Okay, thank you, Rob. And I suppose, having got you to explore these topics using film in addition to the textbooks and experiences you've had in the classroom, what we would encourage and invite you to do is to sort of experiment and try and engage with those different film media sources by putting them into the assessed activity you're undertaking. And we think, certainly in the modules we teach, and I suspect in all modules actually, there are opportunities to use a film or a television series. As it happens, we haven't got a television series in the selection this semester, but for us at the moment this semester, a film, to use that film as a reference. You can reference films. And you can reference all sorts of types of arts, performances, and just use them in a way which we think will add depth and detail to your thinking and your discussions.
Absolutely.
So is there anything else we need to add?
I don't think so, but please enjoy it. And also, if you've got any ideas for films that you want to pick up perhaps the next semester, just let us know. The only restriction we're under is that they've got to appear on eStream, and then if they do, then we can upload those.
Yeah, good point, Rob. I think what we would like to do is to obviously run this season, this semester, and when we talk about the idea of season, what we will be doing is releasing a new film each week during the course of the next 10 weeks as we head towards the end of semester. But we will be planning and thinking about what we can do in semester 2, and I think if we get input from the business school, both staff and students alike, we'll obviously package things together, because actually having a piece of student writing alongside a choice of their film would really add some rich texture to what we're trying to do. I suppose the final thing to say is that at some point we might be in touch with those of you who we can see engaging with this to gain some feedback, because we're both undertaking some research activity to investigate how we can further use this kind of media, this kind of activity within our teaching and learning practice. I think that was a fair way of summarising
that. It. That's a very good way of summarising it. More detail on that is on Moodle.
Okay, well, thanks very much, and I hope you will now still be engaged enough to click on the first film, which is under the nattily titled Week 1.
And on that, it's good time to draw it to a close.
Yes.
We hope you enjoy it.
Thank you.